another choice, now that you've learned about the large concertina, which is very much like the pocket concertina, is this, called the small pocket concertina. This is your belly band, it comes off. This is a hardbound book with bookboard or museum 2-ply board, but you can also make the cover just paper, and I'll show you how to do that. The whole book has a every half inch, the accordion, mountain and valleys with a 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and each, this is a mountain fold, so each valley has a pocket. It's really just a long piece of paper that has been folded in half and glued and scored down the middle and attached to the valley of the accordion spine with the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And so you end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pockets, but really all you're doing is folding 4 long pieces of paper in half to get 2. So you only have to really make four of these to get the 8. And inside the pockets are cards that slide out. This was a student book. They used a lot of collage and watercolor and framed. It was all about women and looking at vintage magazines. So each one, it has a little text: body, hair, can be beautiful on women. Hair is a part of the body. Here's another one. Okay, notice that the artist, these are kind of large, but they made a little indentation so you can get your thumb in there and pull the card out, which is a nice feature. These are all upside down, but anyhow, there's a happy couple picnicking maybe. Very vintage. So watercolor, collage. So this is a very versatile book. You could change the size. And so I want to just show you how to make the pocket because, well, it glides. Just like the large concertina, this book glides open. You can look at it just like a regular book, or you can glide it open. Okay? So I just want to show you how to make an envelope. The accordion is important. You'll have directions. These are the directions. They're on, my little drawings. They're on there. This is the accordion. It's 6 by 3.5, and you just keep folding it every half inch. I've already scored it. The book is only 3.5 inches tall. And you're going to be sewing the envelope in the valleys, just 4 of them. This is your hot dog. It's 3.5 inches tall, 1 inch wide. This is a little larger than 1 inch, doesn't matter. It's folded in half, but then I measured a 1/2 inch from the top and a 1/2 inch from the bottom. And I scored it and folded it, and as you know, when you open it, you do your little dots, and that's where you pierce your holes through for the 3-hole pamphlet stitch that will be happening. Okay, this is the envelope. I've already cut it out. It's 14 inches long. It's 7 inches high. You're going to score in the center at 7 inches, right in the middle of 14. You score it up. I just put Sharpie there so you could see it. So I'm scoring up. Then I want to measure a 1/2 inch in for my glue tab. And I score that too. And then I want to score the center line from the tab line out. So I want to do 3 1/4, 3 1/4, and that gets my center. Okay, and I score that. I also want to draw this little divot right here. I just want to cut that out so when I fold it, it doesn't get bunched up. Okay, I'm just gonna, I find the center, and I just use my cutting board to make a line from that center dot out to the first like a 1/4 inch to my cutting board. So I'm going to cut that out. Okay. Now I'm going to fold it. I fold the bottom up to the tab line. I fold it in half. So this is where, you know, I'm talking about getting a long envelope and folding it. I'm going to fold it up and fold it again. I want to make sure this is folded very nice where my glue tab is. That's my glue tab. You can see now how that took the weight out of that corner nicely. So when I fold it up, it is not bulky. Then I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to run it along the inside here. Up. I don't think that's quite right. But... It's a little messy. This is just a demo. Pretend this is my my mock-up. You know, this is not my good one yet. I have to figure out how it works. So you see how, remember, you can always, it's best to protect when you're doing it so you're not scratching your good paper, but this is a mock-up. So you see how that envelope is super long. But I have my center line. So now all of a sudden I have 2 envelopes instead of the one long one. And this is on the handout. Each card is 6 3/4 by 3 5/8. Ooh, that's not true. I guess it was longer. This person probably redid their book in a different size. This is my example book done by a student. So looks like my envelope's just a tad tight because I'm not really, this student did a different size. But you can imagine all this is that I did is one of these. You see mine isn't as big. So this student made theirs a pinch bigger, which is wonderful that they just did the size they wanted. But you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, but now I want to show you how I'm going to put my belly band in there. That's why this is a little long too. But just for the purpose of moving ahead, I'm going to go with it. I line it up. Whoop. my holes in. This part is saved to have the covers on it. This is one cover done in paper. All it is 7 inches long, 7.5 with a 1/2 inch tab. I glue that together, but maybe before I would glue it, I would glue in my book. I leave this alone and put my valley in there. So my book in the first valley, okay? And I'm gonna do this one, this one, this one, this one, okay? But I need to get my hot dog in there. I already did the hot dog. I'm just gonna follow the holes I already did. I'm gonna line it up. I'm going to take it out of the cover right now. Line it up. Press in there. Get my holes in. Then I'm going to, it doesn't matter if the tail's on the inside or the outside. This person put theirs on the outside, which is fine. I go in through the middle, leaving a tail. I come out through the top, making sure I'm going through the right hole. You can see how my pocket is too small for this. I'm doing two different things, but let's go with it. I go through there. And I come out the other side of that center line, as you've seen me do many times now. And I tie a knot. I don't have scissors, I'll just do this. So you can see how that's going to go. You save this end for the back of the book, okay? So that takes the mystery out of how this person did it. They did a bigger size, which is fine. You could do a much shorter book with shorter cards. You could do a much taller square book, or you could do a very nice narrow one. Now this book happens to not have paper endings, but I would look at the video on the large concertina where I review how to glue paper or book cloth and how to do end papers on that video with, I use double tack. I show you how to do it that way. And I also show you how to glue with PVA on the large concertina video, which is one of your other choices for this assignment, okay? That's it. And then, of course, you have your pamphlet stitch handout to refer to. Thank you.